Okay, ever since I did that video on the Mortal Kombat 1 for port for the Switch, I've really been thinking about the Switch a lot lately and just how it performs with, and it might perform with newer game releases, especially from third parties. If Nintendo doesn't release some kind of enhanced version of the Switch or some other console that supports Switch games. So I'm going to talk about that today, and hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you do, don't forget to leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, all that good stuff. You guys know the drill. Click the bell button for notifications so you get notified when I go live or upload a video. And without further ado, let's get on with the video here. Um, okay, so like I said, when I did a video of Mortal Kombat 1, I was honestly shocked that the game even ran on the Switch, to be honest with you. Because if you guys don't realize this or have never realized this about the Switch, the hardware inside of the Switch is actually pretty dated, even back when it came out. And no one really batted an eye with it when it came out because it was kind of revolutionary in a way because it was a hybrid console. You could take it out and play it this way, or you could dock it and play it that way. So it was pretty revolutionary for what it was back then. But now you have things like the Asus ROG Ally and the Steam Deck that basically do the same thing in basically the same form factor, kind of. But they're a little bit more beefier, but which is understandable because they have more tech inside of them and they can play games at higher frame rates and they look and play way better. So I think the Steam Deck when that came out, that kind of opened people's eyes to the fact that hey, the Switch is kind of aging a little bit here, and games aren't gonna perform that well on this hardware when newer games come out for the PS5 and Xbox and PC that might have a Switch port. And MK1 is a perfect example of that. I don't know whose idea it was to port that game to the Switch, but it's just not a great look for that system or for the game for that matter. If someone only sees the Switch version of MK1, it looks and plays terribly. It doesn't look awful. It just doesn't look great though. Just like MK11, that didn't look great either, but it at least played decently and it didn't have any audio or visual glitches with it. Like MK1 did on launch. MK1 was terrible on launch. They have since fixed a lot of the issues, but there's still some glaring issues with the Switch version in particular, which I pointed them out when I was laughing about the Cyrax brutality, looping the audio over and over. That does not happen on the console versions or I assume the PC version. So that just goes to show you the Switch can't really handle that game that well, which isn't surprising, but like I said before, it lends to the fact that Nintendo really needs a new console on the market by next year. If they don't, the Switch, I don't think the Switch can last another year in the market because everyone and anyone who wants a Switch has a Switch. Unless they come out with a new Switch model that's like basically a PS4 Pro type model, basically a Pro version of the Switch, which I don't think they're going to, just for the sole fact that rumors I have heard for the past like year and a half, 2 years about like the Switch in general and the Switch Pro. I've heard the Switch Pro turned into the Switch OLED, is what I've heard. Now, whether or not that's true or not, I have no idea. That's why I never reported on it or did a video on it, because why would I do a video on something that was never truly confirmed? Doesn't make sense, kind of, because if you think about it, really just sprucing up the the screen and the battery life and the dock with an Ethernet port and charging $350 for it, it's not really that good of an upgrade. Now, I'm a hypocrite because I did buy one, but I just like the white look of the system. That's why I bought one. But that brings me to another point that I don't think anyone's really discussed yet. Why does the Switch OLED dock have firmware built into it? I don't understand that. As far as I know, the other docks do not have updatable firmware. Because if you go into the Switch's like system settings, there's an update dock section that every time you check for an update, it never updates. So what is the point of updating this dock? Was there supposed to be a 4K upgrade or some kind of upgrade to the Switch so it could dock and output in 4K? I have no idea. I just find it a little odd that this dock has some sort of update firmware thing, but has never been utilized as of this video, which I would assume by this point it's never going to be utilized. And someone can correct me if I'm wrong about the other standard docks being updatable. Maybe it has something to do with the Ethernet, like board that's in there to like update the Ethernet connectivity or something. I have no idea, but it's just strange to me that the OLED dock has updatable firmware but has never been utilized. So in closing, I just want to say, like, Nintendo, you really need to release some kind of like updates on what you're doing for your next fiscal year, which is in like March of 2024, I believe. So they need to do something with that, because if they don't, we're all going to be like, well, what's next for the Switch then? Because after Mario RPG and a couple other notable titles like the Batman Arkham games, what else is there? What else do we have to look forward to from Nintendo from the Switch? The Switch's power has reached its limit. I think Tears of the Kingdom is as far as you can push this hardware before it explodes. Or maybe MK1 was that. I don't know. Because debatably, I think Tears of the Kingdom looks better than MK1 does. But that's understandable because that was a first party Nintendo game, Tears of the Kingdom was. So that's understandable. Nintendo knows how to push their hardware to its limits. Whoever did the port for MK1 did the best they could with what they had, which isn't much, to be honest. So, I don't know. I just wish and hope something comes out next year with the Switch or Switch family of something. Maybe an upgraded Switch, maybe a new console that's backwards compatible. That's what I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be another hybrid console, part of the Switch family, but maybe not called like Switch. I have no idea. It might be called like, I've heard rumors of it being called like Super Switch, or people just calling it the Super Switch. New Nintendo Switch. What was that one that I heard floating around? I can't remember. It was something weird. It was called like Nintendo something, and it was weird. I don't know what it was called, but yeah, it was really weird. I don't remember, but I don't think they're gonna be done with the hybrid console thing. I think that's here to stay because they knocked it out of the park with this for sure, but they definitely need to work on just their new console. They need to. Hopefully that's why they're being so closed mouth about it, because they know it's gonna be something big. That's what I'm hoping. Is that it's something like a big sizable upgrade to the Switch, or something better that's like the Switch, but knocks out of the park with the dock and has Ethernet and all that stuff built into it, and all that good stuff. 4K 60, stuff like that. Maybe 120 on some stuff, but I think that's pushing it. I don't think Nintendo's really in the market to do 120 hertz stuff. I think their main goal should be 4K 60 for now, and then move on to like 120 once they do another console after that. And once 120 hertz is like more optimized, because not a lot of games that I'm aware of support 120 hertz, and plus like most 4K TVs like on the cheaper end are 60 hertz like mine is. So a lot of people don't want to spend like boutique prices on their 4K TVs yet. So 60 hertz is like 4K 60 is like mostly the target for a lot of stuff. I feel like still, like I said, that's just me. I don't know for sure. I'm not an insider or nothing like that. I'm just saying my thoughts here. Um, but yeah, I think that's about it. That's all I really want to talk about with this, because there's, like I said, there's not really much else to talk about. The other thing I think they should work on is like the controller situation, like the Joy Cons. For the love of all that is holy, give us a D-pad with the left Joy-Con, and for the love of God, make the Joy Cons, or whatever you want to call them, more like reliable. Joystick drift is a thing. I have not experienced it because I don't use Joy Cons. I think they're kind of crappy, to be honest. They just don't feel great. Give us something more, I don't know, premium, I guess would be the word. I don't know, maybe just include the tablet or dock and sell the controller separately, or make a bundle. That's what I would have done with the Switch. Not use the damn Joy-Cons, because the Joy-Cons are terrible. Stick with something like the Super Nintendo controller for certain games, or your Pro controller. That's like your best bet, or good third-party controllers that are out there, like the SN30 Pro and stuff like that. Um, I think I got the name right. Is that the Super Nintendo one by 8-Bit Do? Which 8-Bit Do does a lot of good controllers, by the way. Um, but yeah, that's the only that's it for this video today. I don't know. It just popped in my head today. I'm like, you know what? I don't got a video planned today, so I'm gonna do a video talking about this, because I need to do more videos and be less lazy when it comes to content on my channel. Which, if you read my community posts, I'm gonna be working on that really heavily next year, and maybe making some big sweeping changes. I still haven't decided on the name change thing yet, if that's finalized, but um, I'll let you guys know for sure as I get closer to the end of the year, and thinking about it a lot more, and talking it over with my wife and friends of mine and stuff like that. See what they think. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think about the Switch and Nintendo's future in the console market. What do you guys think? Do you think it'll be another Switch? What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. And thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Peace out. And shout out to my Patreon supporters for supporting the channel. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. It means a lot to me, guys. You guys are the reason why I do this. I really appreciate you guys. I'm not going to do a shout out just because this was a one-off video, and I just want to get this out today because it is kind of late, so I want to have a video for today. So anyway, guys, I really do appreciate you supporting me. If you want to support me, the link's below in the description or on the screen right now. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace. Now I'm done, I swear.